Hello guys, and welcome to episode 4 of the Dangerous Airport series here on the channel. Today we are on the ground in Helsinki and we're going to be heading over to Innsbruck, the very famous Innsbruck, and we are going to be flying the circle to land approach for runway 08, which should be some good fun and a good challenge as well. We got this Finnair A319 parked up here at Helsinki, getting all the passengers and cargo loaded on board, ready for our flight over to Helsinki. Everything is cold and dark, so we've got a bit of setting up to do in the cockpit. So we head in and get everything set up. So here in Helsinki, let's get everything started. Batteries 1 and 2 can come on. Right there, and we'll get external power on. Hear that connecting. Fuel pumps can come on. Get the IRSs to start aligning. Switching turn to 100. We can get the nav light turned on, seatbelt signs, no smoking, and emergency lights can get armed. Captain and purser, let's get the radio stacks on. And let's get these displays brightened up. Same thing with the MCDUs, get the brightness turned up so we can see what we're doing. Alright, yeah, looking good. Everything else up top is looking fine for the time being. Let's head on down to our MCDU, goes the inner page, and we'll get our flight plan loaded. There it is, align IRS. Our call sign today is going to be Finnair 1493. So Fin 1493. Costing Nix on our flight today 15, going to be cruising at an altitude of 36,000 feet, flight level 360. You can see that the average temperature minus 56 degrees Celsius. Head over to this page over here, open up the Toliss menu and get things loaded on. Passengers on board this flight to Innsbruck, 120 passengers, and just check zero fuel weight. We're looking for 56.2, which is what it is right now. Perfect. Apply load settings, and we need 9.5 tons of fuel, so it's going to be 9,500 kilograms. Quick refuel, and then we can enter this information into the MCDU. 9.5 tons and 56.2. Looking good, guys. Alright, we head over to the flight plan. We're going to be departing runway 15. There it is. And we're going to be flying the Ninto for Delta departure. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly. We'll get that entered in. There it is. The transition. Head back and we'll insert that into our flight plan. And that will show up there once the IRSs are aligned. Open up the perf page. Right, transition altitude is going to be 5,000. It's already entered. I'm going to do flaps 1. Trim down 0.1. Flex temp 60. V1 enters 147. V rotate 150. And V2 152. Looking good over there. And I reckon we can start getting some doors closed up. Cargo seems to be finished loading. These guys are gonna head off. They're gonna drive through the fuel truck. Alright, looking good, guys. Let's get the charts opened up. Can just take a look at our departure SID on the chart. Aha, I knew I was pronouncing it incorrectly. No, Nento for Delta. Alright, let's take a look at that, Nento for Delta. I was correct. Like, so runway 15, it's going to be our right turn out, and fairly simple, out in Nento. Our flight plan today is... if I can just get it opened up. It's going to take us westbound first. And here it is. So westbound out of Helsinki, over Sweden, down just passing Denmark, through Germany, and then into Austria, and there's Innsbruck. So that is our flight plan for today. I'm going to be taking advantage of the winds heading towards the west, and then heading south down to Innsbruck. So that is our flight plan for today. Up top we'll get the APU must switch. And once we get the APU running, we can get the engines fired up. Let's take a look, wait for the flap to open up. Flaps open, APU starts. Right, let's take a look at the APU gen. Let's just start picking up because it is on. Once we see those numbers there, APU available. Perfect. APU bleed can come on, external power can get disconnected. We will head up here. Just click that. And then we can disconnect the external power. C is no longer available. Beacon lights can get turned on, and we'll give it 2 minutes until our IRS has aligned. Just make sure the doors are closed. Let's plan our taxi out. We're going to be taking off from runway 15. Open up AVS. EFHK is correct. It is not going to have anything for Helsinki, so we're going to be doing it the old-fashioned way. Let's get the charts opened. So we're going to taxi straight out onto the apron, and then we'll take Yankee all the way up to Yankee Alpha for runway 15. Initial heading 114. QNH in Helsinki right now. Looks to be 1018. Let's take a look at the winds, 110 at 13. which is good. Those are perfect winds for runway 15. We can get auto brake set to max if it's not going to let us. Let's wait till we get the engine started up. Get this over to ignition. See IRS alignment, 0 minutes left. And let's get engine number 1 fired up. There we go, engine 1 is available. Engine number 2, master switch. Okay, engine number 2 looks to be online and available. It goes back to norm. Get the AP bleed turn off, AP master switch. Nose lights taxi, runway turn offs can come on, line lights can get turned to the off position, strobe light to auto. Auto brake set max. We'll get the block timer started. And we'll set 36,000 feet in here. We'll set flaps position 1 on the ground spoilers. Okay, flaps look to be set. I'd say we are ready to go. Let's release parking brake. Get ourselves taxied out to runway 15. Okay, let's get the cabin checked. Do a takeoff config test. Takeoff config is normal. Okay, we're coming up on Yankee Alpha. Let's get the line lights turned on. Nose light to take off. Runway tunnels can come off. And the strobe light can come on. Get the chrono started. And we're lined up nicely. Flick back to the SID chart. And let's advance the throttles forwards. Manual flex set, SRS. $80 knots. E1 rotates. Positive climb, gears going up. I'm just going to follow our flight directors out. Side thrust climb. Get the flaps cleaned up. I'm on gauge autopilot 1. Nose light can get turned off. Ground spoilers disarmed. There we go, out of Helsinki. What a beautiful departure. What a beautiful takeoff. Author's looking good down there as well. Let's get standard pressure set. I can see the Finnish coastline. I'm getting to 10,000 feet, let's get our line lights turned off. everything is looking good. No issues. Just zoom out on the navigation display, you can see our top of climb right there. So we should be hitting flight level 360. So it looks like we should have a nice flight over to Innsbruck. Weather is pretty good across Europe today by the looks of things. There's some winds blowing to the north actually. And then down at Innsbruck, looks like our winds coming from the south. So we'll have to see how things are close to the time because the winds are always changing. Well, I'd say that is going to go and do it there for our departure out of Helsinki. Nothing more to see apart from this beautiful author. That is the departure done right there. We're going to keep climbing up to flight level 360. Cruise for about 1 hour and 45 minutes before starting our descent down towards Innsbruck, runway 08. So guys, I'm going to go and end it there, and I'll see you guys in a bit when we're back for our arrival into Innsbruck. Welcome back into the flight deck, guys. We are on our approach into Innsbruck. We're currently flying on the localizer, runway 26 approach, and then we're going to break off and heading of 230, following the circle to land chart for runway 08. So you can see we're descending to 3,700 feet, and then once we reach 4.2 DME, we're going to make that left turn out to 230 degrees, maintain 3,700, then we're going to make a right turn, heading 264. And then it's that church marker right there. Once we are over the church, we're going to make a right turn out and continue the right turn all the way down until we're on the final approach, runway 08. Looks pretty straightforward. Let's hope that everything pans out as easy as it looks. So we're just going to open climb down to 3,700. And we can actually throw out some ground spoilers to help the aircraft deal with that. Let's get auto brake medium, and we'll get line lights turned on. Here you can see beautiful Innsbruck below us. So that 3,500 is going to be our decision altitude for us to be able to execute the approach. And there we go. We're going to start our turn out to 230.
2,000. Minimum.
There we go. We are good for the approach. We have flaps 1 set. Cabin check. Cabin is ready. Ground spoiler is armed. I'm just going to gradually slow the aircraft down to our final approach speed. Now this is when things get real, guys. Flaps 2 speed checked. Cancel terrain warning.
Terrain. 1,000. Terrain.
Should be a switch to be able to disable GPWS. Okay, heading 264 now. Okay, flaps setting full speed is checked. And let's get landing gear down. QNH 1016 is the current. And they can see the church up ahead. Continuing the approach and autopilot off. Getting ready now to start out that right turn. I'm going to gradually get into the right turn. Making sure we are now descending the aircraft down as we continue our turn. There we go, runway 08 visual. Vertical profile looks good. Let's get ourselves leveled out.
08.
Power and feed checks. Speed brakes up, reverses out. Diesel. 60 knots, manual braking. And we'll just roll it out here. Should be able to get the right turn off. There we go. Well, that landing was a little bit on the harder side. I guess that is expected. It's Innsbruck. No space for floating. Runway is extremely short. Get line lights turned off. Nose lights taxi. Strobe light can come off. AP mass switch can come on. Brake fan can get turned on. Terrain radar can go off. Speed brakes. Flaps. Let's clean those up. Stop the chrono. 2 hours and 42 minutes flight time. Not sure why it's put Malaysian Airlines 737 over there, but that is what it is. Let's get ourselves taxi into the ramp or head over here somewhere. Okay, turn off can stay off, and we'll get a taxi light turned off as well. AP start switch, and I'll get taxi on the left here. There's no marshaller, so I'm just going to have to try and judge. That looks about right. Get the parking brake set. APU is getting fired up. Hit the block timer. 2 hours and 48 minutes since we taxied out of our stand at Helsinki. There we go, APU is available. AP bleed. It's engine 1, engine number 2. There we go, we get the beacon light turned off. And with that, welcome to Innsbruck. Say we executed that approach pretty well. Came in nicely on profile. Landing could have been a little bit softer, but I will take it for Innsbruck. Cool. So guys, that is it for episode number 4. Hope you enjoyed that flight over to Innsbruck. That was a fun approach. Luckily the weather was clear, so we had some good weather conditions for our landing. Winds were not too bad, and the sky conditions were pretty clear. And that is going to be it for episode 4. Stay tuned for episode 5. That's going to be a really fun one next week. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but definitely wait for that one. That's going to be a good one. So all I'm going to say is this is basically our last episode of the series in Europe. After this we are heading off somewhere else, and you'll find out next week. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed, and enjoy the replays. As always, I'll see you in the skies, and take care guys.